Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I had a number of viewers ask about the movie The Sound of Freedom, which came out over the 4th of July weekend. It was produced by a couple of people who have strong QAnon ties and beliefs. This movie is about child sex trafficking in South America. And some of the QAnon conspiracies involve a group of elites forming a cabal that engages in child sex trafficking and drinks their blood for the youthful properties it gives them, or some craziness like that. Now, everything buried in a kernel of truth. I'll bet you there are a bunch of quote-unquote elites who do involve themselves in child sex trafficking. I don't doubt that for a second. Are they all Democrats? No. It's usually the ones that are doing the accusing are the ones doing it, Republicans. But that's neither here nor there. Human trafficking is real. And obviously there's got to be money made on it, or else people wouldn't be doing it. But I think the question that the folks in my chat have about this is, will this movie cause a rise in the power and authority of QAnon and the people that believe the QAnon conspiracies? And the Seven of Cups just popped up. Yeah, because they're crazy. They're cray-cray. Is this going to have any impact on that? Or is this just going to be some film that people tend to ignore? Roger Ebert basically panned it, saying, making a movie about the welfare of children is about the simplest way to raise compassion in a normal human being. And that basically the movie is plodding and boring. More Christian-based or evangelical-based. Love the movie. So we'll see. Will this movie do anything to help QAnon? Okay. I think some people will go to this movie maybe not knowing what it's about, and they'll have some decisions to make. Does it raise their awareness on child sex trafficking? Does it drive them to QAnon? Justice card. Cross with justice. I think, believe it or not, this having a movie out like this might raise people's awareness on child sex trafficking and how fundamentally unfair it is. That doesn't mean, though, that they're going to fall down the QAnon rabbit hole. It might just mean that they start pressing their lawmakers for stricter laws and punishments and enforcements and such to eliminate child sex trafficking. And if that's the outcome of this movie, so be it. What's underneath it is the Nine of Pentacles. This is probably, again, the people that are making money off of this, the people that are getting wealthy off of sex trafficking is kind of the underlying thing. So we're going to be focusing on the criminals that benefit from this and profit from this. In the past, we have the High Priestess. I think this is again divine feminine wisdom, but this is bringing this subject to the fore. Having an idea, taking this subject, making a movie about it when people say it wasn't going to make any money, and saying, well, the morality of the movie is going to be more important than the money-making aspect of it. So it was a good idea, a pure idea to bring this forward. Current situation, Four of Swords. Two things going on with it. I think this movie will make an initial splash, and then it's going to taper off really quickly and go away. But I think also people that go to see the movie might go home and rethink things. Again, think of it this way. And I know a lot of my viewers are going to say, it's crazy QAnon stuff, and I don't want to support anything QAnon. And I get it. But if you get a bunch of the right-wing evangelicals suddenly on board with anti-sex trafficking of brown children, suddenly caring about that, and then, bring up about how the kids in cages at the border, some of them just disappeared, almost as if they were being sex trafficked. Do you think maybe, just maybe, they might make that connection? Maybe 1 in 4 makes that connection. But you might actually get them to wake up and realize, oh, maybe being abusive to migrant families with kids coming in, asking for asylum in the U.S. and separating their kids out might send them to sex trafficking, and they might just actually end up being against that. Again, I'm not expecting a miracle here, but maybe there will be more outrage the next time that happens, if should it ever happen again. Eight of Pentacles on the overarching energy. The movie's going to make its money. It's going to make its money. It's going to make its money at the box office. It'll go to streaming services and make some money on there. So here we go. It can also be talking about the money that comes out that the elites are getting, or the people, I shouldn't say elites, but the people that are running sex trafficking rings are making, and that there's money being made in this. And that action needs to be taken. That, if you're truly a Christian and you're outraged by this, you need to do something about it. And maybe you need to talk to the Department of Justice. You need to talk to your congressional representatives and your state representatives to come up with laws to go after child sex traffickers. Outcome, Eight of Wands could be overseas type things, but also things changing quickly. So there could be some legislation that comes quickly that, even Republican political hacks could put together that could be approved in a bipartisan manner. Who's going to vote against something that helps stop child sex trafficking? So maybe this movie actually does some good. I realize you're skeptical of it. Oh, let's throw on that one. Will this, and I'll ask if this expands the QAnon base or not. I'm not getting that from this reading. What I'm getting from this is that there actually might be some laws passed and some enforcement put in on child sex trafficking. Who's going to argue against that? Now, obviously, QAnon will try and exploit this with Pizzagate and all that other crap that they put together. But, again, raising interest in human trafficking, that's not a bad thing. Okay, so will QAnon see a swelling in its ranks or its influence with this? They might. Intellectually, I could see them maybe getting a few more followers, but this could be such a mainstream thing that QAnon's got to. It won't have the outrage. All QAnon could do is say it's Democrats doing it. Let's see. Will this movie help with QAnon? Will empower QAnon? This card actually kind of wants to come up front. Let's just do that. It's popping up. Let's let it on the top. Chariot. Oh, interesting. Okay, so things are going to go forward with it. There's that decision card again. Nightmare. Wanting to do something about it. Offers that they don't want. I think QAnon's going to try and capitalize on this, but they're not offering people solutions that they want to hear. Blaming Pizzagate for it isn't what people want to hear. They want some action actually going on with it, because something like this causes them anxiety. They want something done. Don't just sit there, do something, because they want to feel good about themselves. They want to feel like they actually made a difference, or they want somebody to make a difference. They want to hold this person accountable if they're benefiting from this. But it's also, they want to feel like they were successful in doing something, so they want stuff done. And what's being offered, I guess, by QAnon isn't satisfactory. So I don't see QAnon doing a lot. One last one card, Spirit, this one. Yeah, there's going to be a strong emotion behind this. QAnon's going to try and play on people's emotions. And again, I think they'll get some people. But QAnon doesn't offer solutions. They only offer provocations. And that's not enough for people in this one. They want some action. They want something done differently. QAnon doesn't offer solutions. So I don't think QAnon's really going to benefit from this. So don't be worried that QAnon's suddenly going to become this powerful force. Not going to happen with this one. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.